Have you ever thought to yourself, I wonder what Grand Theft Auto would be like if it were set in medieval times? Yeah, me neither. At least that wasn't a thought I had until I stumbled across Rustler, a top-down Grand Theft Auto style game about a guy named, well, Guy, who steals horses, completes dirty deeds, and runs from the law. But is it worth playing when you've got heavyweights like Saints Row, Sleeping Dogs, or even Grand Theft Auto itself sitting in your library? Let's jump in. While the concept of the game is simple, it's often the story that has to pull me in to keep me playing, and Rustler delivered on that format. Here's the thing about games that aim for a silly tone. A lot of developers put so much effort into a joke that it completely falls flat, making the humor feel forced and suddenly it's just not funny. Rustler seemed to balance that very well and feels surprisingly natural. My favorite example? There's an entire quest line where you're basically helping the characters straight out of Monty Python and the Holy Grail run an illegal moonshine operation against their French rivals. The dialogue is genuinely funny and doesn't feel shoehorned in. One thing I found that made Rustler unique was its progression system. The game doesn't track traditional levels, but it does let you shape Guy into your own version of the character by spending skill points across a range of abilities. And the best part? None of them are locked behind special requirements. You could unlock a more useful but expensive skill without having to go through the whole skill tree process. Want to boost your combat? Yeah, you can do that. Want to upgrade your manure throwing ability? Yep, that can be done too. The choice is yours, and you earn skill points quite quickly, so you don't have to wait too long to get a skill that was a very close second choice. One of the game's biggest setbacks, and to be honest, I would consider it more of a nuisance than anything, is how the mission starts after you die or fail. You see, most of them would start the mission over again, having to go through the entire dialogue process, and on top of that, if you brought a horse with you on the mission, forget it. That horse was gone. Once the mission restarted, you had to wander around to find a new one before heading to the objective. However, thanks to obtaining skill points rather quickly, you can unlock the Fifth Horseman perk, which allows you to summon a horse on demand. So once you have it, that frustration largely disappears. So, is Rustler worth playing? Honestly, yeah, I think it is. Jutsu Games clearly put a lot of love into this one. The writing is clever, the gameplay is fun, and the world is full of little moments that just work. Whether it's helping out a random NPC with something ridiculous, or coming across a bard beatboxing in the middle of the street, it consistently put a smile on my face. If you haven't played it yet, I definitely recommend giving it a try. Who knows, it might just become your new favorite game. Thanks for watching.